The greatest battle of the decade, the battle that decides the fate of the Earth and the fate of our Marvel superheroes. Will any of the heroes make it out alive, or are they all doomed to die? Can anyone survive the wrath of the Mad Titan? This is exactly what we are going to find out in the next 10 minutes. Back in October 2014, Marvel Studios announced that they would be making the third and fourth installments of the Avengers series back to back, and that they would be called the Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. This changed very recently, with the first movie being called the Avengers Infinity War and the second now being untitled. Many fans have been curious as to why. Does the name Infinity War Part 2 possibly spoil something for us, or are they entirely different films, or they are just looking for a better name? I think it is a mixture of the first two reasons. Joe Russo, one of the directors of the Infinity War, has mentioned, and I quote, "We wanted the movie to be very different and distinctive, There's certainly cross-pollination between characters and some story arcs. But the first movie is very clearly Avengers Infinity War, and in time will reveal what the second film is. So they are not entirely different movies but are linked to each other, and the fact that they are being shot back to back is proof enough that Infinity War will carry over into Avengers 4. But that leaves us with, how does the name of a movie possibly spoil something for us? Well, in this case it does. MCU has a track record of watering down their big bets, and I'm sure MCU would like to improve on that. They have been setting up Thanos since the first Avengers, so it only makes sense to give Thanos some extra screen time. Which leads us to the conclusion that if Avengers 3 and 4 are related, then Thanos is going to be the big bad in both the movies. Which means that Thanos will not be defeated in Avengers Infinity War, and that could only mean that either the Avengers lose the Infinity War or they leave us at a cliffhanger in between the war. I think the first is more likely to happen. Considering the fact that Thanos kills almost all the heroes in the comics, Infinity War could go down a similar road. This leads us to more mind-boggling theories like Doctor Strange using the time gem in Avengers 4 to revive all the Avengers, or Captain Marvel coming to the Earth's rescue and kicking some Thanos butt. But it is certain that they are going to defeat Thanos eventually in Avengers 4, and some of them may die in the process, but not everyone. So today I am going to predict the Avengers that would make it through the greatest superhero battle of the decade. Infinity War will likely end the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know it. We are almost certain that we would be getting a Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy sequel of the Avengers 4, so it is safe to say that Peter Parker and Peter Quill makes it through Avengers 4. But other members of the Guardians of the Galaxy may not be as lucky as Star-Lord. Drax's family was murdered by Ronan the Accuser, but he was only acting under the orders of Thanos. So when finally faced with the Mad Titan, will the impulsive Drax let emotion get the better of him? Killing Thanos is his self-admitted mission. He will do it or die trying. Talking of the other members, I don't see any point as to why they would kill off Rocket Raccoon, Groot or Mantis. So it leaves us with Gamora and Nebula. Anyone who has read the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline knows that Nebula ultimately leads to Thanos' defeat by stealing his Infinity Gauntlet and reversing everything he had done prior. So it won't come as a surprise if she sacrifices herself in order to defeat Thanos. In case of Gamora, I think she's got to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So here we have it. Drax and Nebula are the first members to enter our Could Bite the Dust list. Now let's move our focus to Vision. Vision has the Mind Stone embedded on his head, and it would not make much sense if Thanos doesn't get all of the Infinity Stones. So it makes sense to add Vision to our CVTD list. Then we have the Sorcerer Supreme Doctor Strange. Killing off Doctor Strange would be like killing off the magical side of MCU, which has kicked off just recently, so Doctor Strange makes it through the battle. Moving on to Scarlet Witch. They have already killed off one of the Maximoffs, so it is highly unlikely that they would kill off another one. Then with War Machine, if they really wanted to kill him, they would have already done it in Civil War. Then we have Hawkeye and Black Widow. They are the weakest members in the Avengers. The Mad Titan could kill them off in the blink of an eye. For the time being, let's just put them in our CBTD list. Then we have Hulk. Thanos could certainly beat the Hulk when he isn't very angry. If the Hulk was able to be enriched enough early on, or become agitated and survive Thanos' first round of attacks, his immense power could compete and destroy or incapacitate Thanos. So it would be very sensible of Thanos to teleport him to some other place using the Space Gem, or even use the Mind Gem to turn him against his friends. It would be an odd move if Marvel decides to kill Hulk. I believe it would be more of Dr. Banner retiring from the Avengers and taking some anger management classes till the next biggest threat strikes Earth. Then we have the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Though they got a movie coming after the Infinity War, reports say that the film will be based after the events of Age of Ultron, and it is confirmed that the Wasp will not appear in Infinity War but could be there in Avengers 4, so it would be very strange if they kill off Ant-Man in Avengers 3. It is even possible that Ant-Man would not be in Infinity War as he is not there in Infinity War poster. It would be very unlikely that Marvel would kill off the duo in Avengers 4. They would surely like to keep the prospect of a third Ant-Man movie alive if the Ant-Man and the Wasp turns out to be a hit. Now let's move on to the Black Panther and the Winter Soldier. Black Panther's case is much similar to Doctor Strange. He is the link between Wakanda and the rest of the Marvel Universe. Kevin Feige has said that he would be playing an important role in the MCU, so Black Panther is as safe as possible. For the Winter Soldier too, the chances of dying are really slim. He may have to take on the mantle of Captain America of the Avengers 4. Then we have Falcon. To be honest, I don't think he would be playing that much of a bigger role in Infinity War, so killing him off doesn't seem relevant. Also, Captain Marvel too would be making an appearance in Avengers 4. Will they kill her off? Damn no. Kevin Feige has said that she would be the most powerful Avenger we have ever seen, so it doesn't make sense to kill such an important character of the MCU in just 2 movies. And at last we have the big three: Thor, Captain America and Iron Man. Chances are pretty high that none of them would actually make it to phase 4, so let's just add 3 of them to our highly prestigious Could Bite the Dust list. So there we have it. Here are our final contestants: Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Vision, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Drax and Nebula. So let's find out who wins our death checks.